because there's nothing inside. The inside is not molded, and there's no reason for me to go in and do all that for the way I'm doing the diorama. No one's gonna see it, so it'd be cool, but I'd rather work on a kit that was made to have the viewing open than do one that isn't gonna be seen at all. So I'm just gonna glue these on, and then I'm gonna use some just scratch metal from photo etch parts. So you get the photo etch, and there's parts on there, and it's kind of like the plastic sprues where you have a bunch of plastic that holds the parts together. So I just have a few strips of this, it's just brass that I've cut off, and I'm just gonna like I'm just gonna make a little half circle that's gonna go over here and glue in there. And again, it's not gonna be functional, doesn't need to be, but I need something to cover up the part that's right there, so it looks like it's a latch. Alright, so I put everything on the kit so far. That's the bottom part, and I have to say a lot of the parts did not fit very well. There's some stuff I'm gonna have to go back in to do and redo. Like all these rail bars, the holes for them are a little too big, so you can see the hole, and that looks just awful. So I'm gonna go back and fix some of that. And I've left these open, and I'm gonna go back and take these off, and probably the sides as well, because I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with the figures. I think I'm gonna have one guy like standing out here, maybe one guy out here, and then a commander right here or something, and maybe a guy in front or something. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet on that. So I want to, have those options of maybe having those latches open. But there's no detail inside, so I don't want to have, things open that will look into the non-existent interior. Yeah, I definitely have some issues with some of the stuff in here. I mean, yeah, I just wish the fit was a lot better, because there's a lot of things that just it's not that they take elbow grease to get fit. They take modifying the kit to fit in there, and that's not a good sign. There's also like gaps, like there's some gaps underneath in the bottom, like underneath that. I won't be able to show this to you, but there's some, like, there's visible gaps in there, so I might go in there and just cover it up with some plow plate or something, just to, no detail, just to get it covered. So I'm now gonna start working on the turret. And the turret doesn't seem to be anything special. So just get on that, and then we can worry about the diorama section of the kit. Stuff like that. Like, look how much space there is between these two parts. I mean, they're supposed to move, so there's supposed to be a little bit of space. Well, that's ginormous. So now I have to, like, pry this off, since I just glued it. Try not to break it. Luckily, fresh glue is not that sticky. So I can actually see from where it glued in about where I want it. Now, I mean, I don't mind, you know, resin kits where you have to do some modifications to the parts to get them to fix because of the complexity of resin casting. But these plastic injection kits, I feel like they have to at least fit decently well without doing modifications. And by the way, it says nothing on the thing about why it's like this. So let's go this way. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. There we go. That's a lot better. Alright, so this kit did something where they were trying to have like joints that you could actually like move up and down, and that's great and all, but they're not right. So for example, these sides are here. These are like, I don't even know what even to describe them, but it's a T that goes into this groove right here, and it makes it so you can kind of open this door up and down, and that's awesome. But that is absolutely wrong in terms of what this actual vehicle has right here. I don't even think I've ever seen these ever anywhere. So in terms of making this kit more real, even though I'm gonna totally screw that up later, I'm gonna replace all that with these little hinge joints that I made. You won't be able to see this, but pretty much it's just, it's really small. It's really thin plastic tubing. I probably should have looked up the diameter on this. I'll put a comment in there, or annotation, and then having then having this point 0.02 times 0.010 inch strips. So they're just strips right here, square strips. And so you have this one, the tube, and then one that slightly then has you glue on here. So it's a step. I'll include a picture so you can see it. And they look like joints. They're not going to move, which is fine. I don't want them to move at all. But I want it to look more like a hinge joint than whatever crazy contraption they put on there. So basically, I'm just going to get in here and dig away at those areas, and there's already a spot on the door where the hinge joint would be, so I'm just going to extend off of that and replace that. And then after that, I'm going to do these doors right here like I did here, where it's just a strip of brass plate, and the window shades right here, I believe I'm going to also do just the plastic hinge joint. And then after that, this kit will be done. We can move on to making the figures, and then to the diorama itself. Alright, so I've got everything that I wanted to put on the kit. I have redid the latches right here, and I bought some pink styrofoam. It's not, well, it comes in either pink or blue, but it's not like normal styrofoam where it's little balls. It's more like it's been injected out. But we use this a lot for dioramas and stuff, so I bought a sheet of this. So I have this put on here. I haven't really put it down completely. But it's a little off center, which I want because I'm gonna have a guy guy in front of the BTR, and then I think I'm gonna have a few behind, and then a few like on the top. So if we look at the ones I have, there's one dog and one donkey. I'm not going to use any of those. I don't like how they turned out, and it'd be kind of, I don't know. It just I don't want them on there. It's too weird. Anyways, so I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm gonna do with these. I'm gonna have the guy that's sweeping for mines in front. I know that for sure. So it's like he's sweeping the road, so the BTR doesn't get hit with any anti-tank mines. And I think I'm gonna have the guy with the machine gun just sitting on top of here, leaning on these railings. He's not gonna be holding the machine gun. Maybe have it packed in like here. I think I might put some like baggage right here. Maybe behind here. I have to check some of my reference photos to see where the places where baggage is usually hung on, or probably right here. Probably put something right there as well. So I might have to cut the joints on the arms and the legs to make them fit, or maybe the neck as well. But you know, I'd rather do that than have the guys like out of place or look like they're just weird. So yeah, there's a lookout guy, right? So there's a lookout guy, which I think I'm gonna put in right here, so I don't have to pop open that cover because I glued it down, which wasn't, in hindsight, wasn't a good idea, but you know, I didn't know at the time. Yeah, so I'm gonna think this over a little bit, and I'll kind of walk you through what I'm doing as I decide on what I'm gonna do.